English football, the Farmers League in Europe at the minute. I'll just quantify that if that's okay. You've got Arsenal going out in the Champions League in the quarterfinal. Well, you've got all the English teams actually going out in the quarterfinal, bar Aston Villa. But you've got the best team in Europe in City going out against a poor Real Madrid team. I think everyone can probably back that up. You've got Arsenal going out to a poor Bayern Munich team. You've got, all right, West Ham are playing a good Leverkusen team, but I think over the two legs are okay. Liverpool went out against a very poor Atlanta team, not as good as Liverpool. Doesn't matter the managers. I think we and Gavin watching the Forest game. You look at it; they don't even want to play football against City now. They're scared to. Yeah. In Spain and Germany and France, you get all of these teams who know they aren't as good as PSG, or they know they aren't as good as Barcelona, and Real Madrid, and they play football. Why can't our league do that? Is it getting boring? / Farmers League.
Yes. Yeah. People. I think now is you nailed it. Forest. Yeah, they're not as good a team as City. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, you get teams like Inter play Udinese. There's a total gap in class between the two. Udinese will still play attacking football, but our lot at the moment just seem to. That Chelsea City game, when we watched that, it was the most boring football I've ever seen because the game was just choked out. No one wanted to do anything, and
yeah. What I'm more meaning is like, you know when you watch like us against Arsenal, lost 6-0, didn't even try and play that day. You got Forest today against City, didn't even try. You get these teams that go up against one of the top four, and then just don't bother. And it just
you know what? The one team that you can't say that about is Luton.
Okay.
This season, Luton seemed to. You know what? I'm not saying that Luton should be relegated and shouldn't be in the Prem, but it's like they know this is their chance. They're in the Prem. We're not just going to sit back and lie down and roll over for anybody. We'll try and make it hard. You saw it against us when we went to their ground and we had to win it in stoppage time. Like, they play the same throughout. It doesn't matter who they play. Yeah, if you do the same against City, they're going to get 3-4 past you, but they don't mind as long as they're playing good football.
I think the thing is there though is City know now that unless it is the Arsenal, the United, the Chelsea, well I say that actually, but most teams they can expect to just have like 80% of the ball because no team wants to come out and have a pop at them.
I genuinely think when you look at I'm going to select some games just that come to mind. Bayern versus Arsenal outsmarted them in my opinion. Weren't particularly the better team. Outsmarted them and played them at their own game. Everton Liverpool midweek. Everton had a go at Liverpool, and they made Liverpool uncomfortable. And not enough teams this season make teams look uncomfortable. You watched the Arsenal West Ham game. We just sat back and looked at the ball and go break us down. Then no, go out and press them. I know they're better players. They are better players, but physicality and effort. It's probably 9/10 of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you need to be coming out.
That is with West Ham. We've played you 3 times this year, and you've beaten us twice. And you didn't just beat us. You've played the way that you wanted to play, and you've got the victory. You got the result you wanted. Why did you not do that the third game? Because it wasn't like you set out to do the same. You set out completely different.
Yeah,
and I know Arsenal had players in that they didn't have before, but even with that, you set up completely differently.
Yeah, we were scared to get a result. I think probably the game you want to pick out the 3. If you want to pick an Arsenal West Ham game, the game you want to pick out the 3 is the League Cup one, because the League Cup one we went for years. The League one in December we kind of sat back and played you on the counter and probably nicked a win that day if anything. But that League Cup one we deserved that win. I don't think you deserved the goal. I thought we played really well. But that's what I'm saying. Why doesn't every team do that? I don't. Maybe I'm just naive, but when you look at France or Italy or Spain or Germany, every team plays the way they play. They don't change because they're playing better opposition. They try and because I think they just look at it and go, "I'm going to get at you. I'm not going to give you a second to pass. I'm not going to give you a third touch." You look at Forest today sometimes. they had a go at times, but like Rodri, I think at one point I counted 6 touches for he passed the ball. What is going on? How is
Yeah.
anyone allowed in your
No
half?
CDM should have that much time on the ball.
No,
No. I agree with you. I think the league has fallen off a bit. I don't think it's City's fault. I think it's more. I think in the other leagues, they're just like you said, they're willing to come out and have a go, whereas our lot seem to just panic as
I
soon
think
as it gets towards our.
it's the
No,
Guardiola way of playing, though, isn't it? It's the Guardiola and Arteta way of playing. Completely take out any of the chances and just control and possession.
the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
bet
right? If you, sorry, Ben, go on.
City used to be interesting to watch, and it's only been the last maybe 2 years. Their football's not been
But
the spectacular, amazing
we
stuff that it
said
was
this today.
before. Nah, it's just, and do you know what? I actually find them boring to watch now because they just suffocate games.
Yeah.
It's not really football. Like like fair enough, it gets you results, but it's proven as it's proven they can't get past Madrid.
No.
Like these tactics that you're using in our league, see, it works in our league, but as soon as you try and apply it in Europe, you're getting found out. And I
So
don't know. I do think our league's dropped off.
I think it is not City's fault necessarily, but if you look at not back in the day, 'cause that makes me sound old as fuck. I'm only 23, but you look at La Liga.
Trying to
It
get his
was
age
always
there,
Real
isn't he?
Madrid. Well, I'll have
Go
to
on.
drop it in at some point. It looks like I've not slept in about fucking 5 years, but anyway. If you look at La Liga, it was always Real Madrid and Barca playing challenging for the La Liga. Ligue 1 was PSG. For years, no one was really touching them. Serie A, Inter, AC Milan. It was mostly always battling between them two. And you know what? If you look over the past decade, Liverpool and City,
Yeah.
they're like that. But you're right. When you look at the other leagues, you could have let's go with Genoa. You could have them beating Inter 1-0.
Yeah, because they have a go.
You could have that in the Premier League. Me and Jay, we all watched the Nottingham Forest City game. The amount of chances Forest had to go take the lead was astonishing, and it was like they were surprised they were getting the chances rather than thinking they should get the chances. And Chris Wood, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. It was shocking. But if you look at the other leagues, they're more up for it. It's like a big occasion to go to the San Siro, beat AC Milan, beat Inter Milan, go to the Nou Camp, beat Barca. You go to the Etihad, and I'll hold my hands up, Arsenal. We didn't play football. We played politics. It's just that's how that is, and
I try and turn it around.
We're meant to be the best league in the world.
I think
everyone's meant to look at it, and it's just no one wants to watch the shit anymore.
I think what Ben's saying is right in a sense that City used to play so good football, and then what I think happened was the other teams went, "You got to play really good football, right? We're going to sit back then." And then, but the problem is, Pep was losing these games. If you look at Antonio Conte's record against Pep, it's unreal. But the reason why is because Pep will always try and play forward. His mentality is to play forward. Why would you play forward against it? We watched the Nottingham Forest game today. They were 2-0 down, Ben, in the 82nd minute, and they're sitting off them. Forest is sitting off City. What? You're 2 goals down.
People seem to be like.
So
remember, well,
sorry,
Slavan.
So what? Sorry, what I was trying to get there. Do you blame Pep for being more pragmatic in a sense? Because if you're just going to lose stupid games due to the other person not really wanting to play football and hit you on the counter, and we do it all the time where we beat teams. We beat Arsenal this year in December that we shouldn't have beat really when you look at the possession and things like that. And then people turn around and go, "Oh well, the only stat that matters is the score." Well, does it though?
No, I don't. The whole reason people started getting sick of Conte and Mourinho was all this park the bus crap. It's part of the reason I'm sick of Moyes is I don't want to go and watch 90 minutes of the opposite team just kick the ball up and down the pitch
Yeah.
while our guys are standing there with their hands in their shorts. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think Pep can just be blamed himself
Mm.
because I don't really blame him. Like you said, if someone steals a 1-0 because they've sat with 11 men behind the ball off you, and you're one of the best teams in the
I
world at
think
the
it's a
moment.
reaction, is what I'm
Like,
saying. I guess as I think how Arteta and Pep play is a total reaction to the rest of the league going, I'm not going to play football against you because I don't want to.
but then for me, I like the fact that Liverpool under Klopp don't sit back. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, you're coming out and you're going to play attacking. Well, we're going to attack you.
But
And I think
we look at
more
Arsenal last
managers
year.
should go for that.
Look at Arsenal last year. Just another
Yeah.
thought of that. Look at Arsenal last year. How many points did they end up with? 87 or something. And they played some of the best football you've seen
Yes.
Arsenal play in maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
And they got
Yeah,
nothing
in
for
years.
it.
Yeah.
They won nothing. So what
Yeah.
did they do? They spent 100 million on a central midfielder going, you know what? If we aren't gonna win the league by playing this amazing blazing football going forward, we'll be able to break down then. And I'll tell you what, when we want to, we'll go to the 80 and we'll get a draw. And we will, easily, comfortably.
You know what though? I feel like it's more about. It's not about putting on a performance anymore.
No.
It's about
Getting the result.
It's about getting the result, and I completely get you want points on the board, you want that. But as a fan, you want to go to the Etihad, you want to go to the Emirates, you want to go to the London Stadium, you want to enjoy it. You don't want to be sitting there going, "Fuck me, this is dire. I've just wasted a Saturday watching this shit." Like,
Yeah.
I back in the day with City, David Silva, Aguero, younger De Bruyne, Company. They were performance players.
Mhm.
They were up for it for every game. Didn't matter if they were going up and down the country.
Yeah.
Didn't matter what the stadium could be a capacity of 30,000. They would still put a performance out. I feel now it's not about the performance. We don't care how we play as long as we get the result. It's like,
Is it managers?
I'm not
Gav?
going to sit and watch that.
Is it managers? Is it managers going, you know what? If I'm only going to get sacked, if I don't get points, I'm just going to play anti-football, stop them from scoring and nick one on the counter, and guess what? That will save my job, and I'll be in pay management for longer.
It might be part
It's
of the
up to the
narrative set
manager.
of the clubs. Yeah.
It's completely up to the manager and coach. Because as an Arsenal fan, I've watched every single game this season, and I can tell you the games where there's no politics involved. We win the game 5-0, 6-0. We literally cutthroat football. We're 4-0 up, 80th minute. We'll get another 2. We'll do this. It's the games where I think we done it against Newcastle, done it against Jews. We went in front. We didn't do it against West Ham, but we go in front. We then sit back and invite the pressure on. Why the fuck are we doing that? If you're getting all these chances, score it. Like, take them, play good football. But I feel it's more politics in football rather than let's go out and actually win.
Like, you know, the best games this season. If you go off the home and away fixture, have probably been Man United, Liverpool.
Yeah, because they do come out. They
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. United lose some silly games, but they've ground out some results this year because they're just willing to. They're willing to step onto the front foot. They're not. They don't. They don't want to sit about and like. Yeah, fair enough. Especially during our childhood, United were a fucking mare to watch because they just turn around and annihilate teams. But like, I genuinely agree. I enjoy how much I used to enjoy watching City. Now I just prefer watching Liverpool. If I had to watch either of the two, I'd rather watch Liverpool.
You know that
retro
Arsenal
team.
City game. You know, either one of them. Would you rather watch? Genuinely, just a question. Would you rather watch a bang average Championship team clash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at least they go for it.
And by the way, yeah, sorry, that's an Arsenal fan saying yes. Like, that's mad.
I love watching my team. I 100% do. Does some of the performances get under my skin? Absolutely. But if you're going to offer me a boring 0-0 compared to what Ipswich v Leeds, and you're going to have 5 goals, 2
Yeah.
red cards, a fucking manager scuffle. Yeah, absolutely, I'm going to fucking watch that. It's entertaining.
I think
I'm
the
gonna watch
entertainment
that.
factor's left football at the moment. Or maybe
It's not left football. It's left the Premier League.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah, sorry.
It's left the Big Six. I
I think it's more
feel.
than Big Six, Gav. I think it's genuinely more than Big Six. I think it's the whole league. It's rotten, mate. In a minute.
I think when you look at it, though, the Big Six are the ones that you can pinpoint it
Yeah.
like more accurately.
Well, I genuinely, I don't mean to dig into Spurs, but they were the first anti-football team. Well, no, Chelsea were actually in the 05, 06s. But Spurs have kind of brought it on in the modern era. How to beat Pep, and how to beat Pep is to sit back and try and beat him on the counter.
You know what
Yeah.
this league needs now? It needs a Leicester. It needs a team that, you know what? I don't think it'll ever happen, but Wolves play decent football. They know how to defend. They know how to attack.
Get our new manager and win the league.
Leicester did. No, but you know what I mean? Leicester back in 2015-16.
Yeah. But that,
It was something new. For me, it gets boring watching City win it every fucking year. Yes,
Right.
you might be good, but I find it fucking boring.
I don't mind City
would
winning it
think
every
that-
year. I want to see good football. So when I flick a Sunday on and it's Everton Forest, can it be a good game at least, rather than two teams scratching for a draw? It's just what is the point?
It's not about the fan anymore. It's not about you watching the game and enjoying it. Nah, I think Gav's right. It's basically the manager's going, well, I've got a goal, so I'm just going to sit with 11 men behind the ball because then I've got my 3 points and that's it. And I think, like, I agree that, Spurs were the ones that do it, show how to do it against
They've done it the
Pep,
best
but
against Guardiola. I don't think anyone's done it good since, to be honest with you.
But I think we've got a couple more teams now, though, that seem to be coming out. Palace seem to be, like, compared to what they used to play.
Yeah, but he plays football, that manager. He will play football.
Amazing. I like the way Spurs play. Do they sometimes get beat when they shouldn't? Yeah. But it's actual football. It's none of this suffocate crap. So, yeah, I agree, Gav. I think it's just because they've become too focused on actually just getting a result and they don't actually care about the fans that have turned up and you're watching just 20 men just stand there doing nothing. Like,
There's another part to it, though, is I feel some managers, it's not about Arsenal v City. And I say this would be the reason we would lose to City or not pick up points, is if Arteta went into the Etihad and didn't play Arsenal v City, he played Pep. I feel it's so much like you're playing your opposition manager and their tactics rather than what you're seeing on the
And your own
field.
way. Yeah, look at Klopp. Klopp plays his own way. He will not change for anyone. He plays it. All right, he's only won one Prem in 6 years, 7 years, and some people go that's unsuccessful. If you don't put Klopp in that contention in the same as Alex Ferguson and Wenger, you're having a bear, mate. He's come in. He played his way of playing football. He's never changed, and he's shown it works. Rather than playing this dross pass, and by the way, we do it. So I can call it shit. And then you've got the other side of it where there's possession-based pish, where you're knocking it around the back, around the centre-backs. Well, you saw England do it against Scotland. We were doing it for about 5 minutes. We couldn't get out, but we didn't want to go long. And it's like, why?